Hello all, it's Jackson here. We're talking about the worst role players at the tabletop. Alright? This one we're going to talk about the Derailer. Now, the Derailer has aspects of other worst players. Of the power gamer, the person with low impulse control, rules lawyer. Now, the Derailer has a particular agenda, and it may be unconscious. The Derailer will understand the path that the rest of the players and the game master are heading and seek to derail the adventure so that it never takes place. You can find out derailers if you're a novice player or a game master or dungeon master when the players all get together at the tavern or the inn and someone has presented them with a map and instructions to go on an adventure or treasure. And the derailer will, at that very moment, find a way so that the players never go on that adventure in the first place. They will try to sneak the map away, they'll burn it, they will make sure they don't have horses to get there, etc. Now, the more veteran derailers will do other things. They'll go on the adventure, but instead of going into the cave, they will find every other excuse not to walk into the cave mouth to start the adventure. They will make sure that they do not go into the castle. They will make sure they do not follow the instructions of the king that hired them. The derailer will not go on a sailing vessel to go to the foreign island. The derailer will take your adventure and derail it so that it will stop in its tracks. And the derailer, not knowing many times, is really challenging the game master. And in that sense, you're going to have to metagame a little bit and find out, well, why are you trying to derail the adventure? Because the derailer, if they can't go after the game master, will actually go after the other players. They will derail the efforts of the other players. So a thief trying to sneak past enemy creatures, the derailer will make sure that they are heard or seen. The cleric that wants to pray for spells for the next day and heal his compatriots, the derailer will make sure that the cleric can't pray for spells the next day. It will make sure that the derailer will make sure that the healing is done on himself and not on anyone else, or not available for anyone else. The derailer will lock players in rooms for no reason. They will take treasure and dump it down holes for no reason. They will have perfectly good information, a key that opens up a special chest or a map that leads to a particular area, and they'll drop that stuff in acid or a lava pit or lose it completely or not care, and they will create characters specifically to derail. Chaotic neutral is a alignment that they hover towards. Um, Derailers also tend to be loners. They will stay to the side. They want to be mysterious, and they will do that one thing. They'll find their opportunity and derail your game. Now, when we come to metagaming, you need to find out who the derailer is. Many people will know a derailer in their game. They may not want to say it out loud, but you're going to need to find out which person is the derailer. Because if you're a novice DM, as you set up your game, it can be very easy to lose sight of where the players are going to go. If the players have to rent a sailing vessel and travel to another island, you're going to have to kind of shoehorn them in, because the derailer is going to make sure, oh, I'm scared of the water and we don't have enough gold and I've offended the sailing captain and we need to leave the city immediately because the guards are after us because I decided to punch one of the guards in the face and derail the game. So there's two ways that I deal with a derailer. One is, if I'm not sure that I have one in my game, don't start the game in a tavern. Don't start the game at their home base. Here's how you start the game. You start it in the middle. You say, okay, players, you're all in a dungeon cell, and you slowly recalling how you got there. All right, players, you wake up on a sandy beach, and there's a sailing vessel that's cracked open on its side, and it's completely unsaleable. And you realize that you wake up and you were in a storm for 3 days straight and tossed ashore, and now that's where you're at. You're on the island already. Okay, place the characters in the middle of the game. Don't start them out where they have to find a map and travel there. You're standing in front of the cave entrance. It took you 3 weeks to get there, to hack through the jungles of some place. Okay, put the players in the game and start them in the action. Okay, instead of saying, well, they're in the cave mouth. Well, you're stuck in a cave, and the cave entrance had already collapsed. And then describe to them how they got to that situation. Well, it took you 3 weeks to travel through the jungle to get to this cave with this map, and you went inside, and unexpectedly, the cave collapsed behind you. And now you sit here coughing in the dust. You check around for all your equipment. You found everything, but you have no place to go but further into the cave. Sometimes the derailer will question, especially even rules lawyers. They'll try to question, well, how the hell did I get here? Why is my character captured in a jail cell, or why are they on this deserted island or something? But most players will enjoy being in the action. So instead of making it a static situation, I'm on a beach, I'm in a prison cell, I'm in a cave, have them running, have them swimming and trying to swim for shore, have them chased by some kind of goblinoids or something. Start the adventure, start the dice rolling, have their adrenaline pumping already. Think of every James Bond 007 movie. They start actually at the end of a previous mission. And so there's already action taking place. And as the action takes place, you start to describe how they got there, what's going on. And usually this will get people really involved. And as the derailers realizes that there's actually too much at stake in the beginning of your adventure, you can derail the derailer and shut them down. So that's my advice for DMs. Thank you very much. It's DBJ. I'm out.